gosh, I'm so frustrated. Hey, what's wrong? Hi. Sorry, I'm just frustrated. I can't figure out my camera settings. F-stop makes no sense to me. I don't understand when I should go lower, when I should go higher. I don't understand sometimes my camera doesn't let me go below a certain number. I'm trying to go down to F2, but it won't let me go down lower than F4. And I'm so frustrated because I want my photos to look like blurry in the background, and no matter what I change on my camera, it never looks like that. Would you teach me? Oh my gosh, I can help you with that. So aperture is also known as f-stop, and what that means is how much of the photo is in focus. And by that I mean like how wide it's in focus and how deep it's in focus. So for example, if I put my camera in front of me here, my camera is gonna focus on the camera more than it's gonna focus on me. That's because I'm on a low depth of field or low aperture. But if I want a higher aperture, higher f-stop, then we would both be in focus. That's kind of the general idea. Same goes for side to side. If I have 10 people lined up this way, and I'm on a really high aperture, I'm able to get them all in focus. But if I'm on a really low aperture, the ones on the ends are gonna be blurry. This is especially true if you're shooting horizontal instead of vertical, because the shorter ends tend to get blurred a little bit more. So the order you set your settings in does matter. Generally, unless it's sunset, you're gonna set shutter speed, f-stop, ISO. Now, f-stop does two more things. One of them I kind of already talked about, but like I said, it blurs the background when it's focused on something in the front. So if you want like a super blurry, nice creamy background, like you've seen, like, you know, something that makes you feel like it's a professional photograph, you need to be on a lower f-stop. So for example, like if you have, some people start off by buying kit lenses. Kit lenses are just the lenses that come with the camera when you buy a camera. So like if you buy a camera lens bundle, that's typically a kit lens. And kit lenses are cheaper, but they also have an aperture limit, as in they won't go lower than a certain aperture. So a lot of times your aperture won't go lower than like 3.5 or like 4.0 or 4.5. So what that means is you're not going to be able to get that super blurry background like you're wanting. So if you feel like you get to the point in your photography where you're limited by your lens in that way, you'll need to invest in a better lens. I recommend right now something like a 24-70 or a 28-70. This is the 28-70. This is what I recommend for wedding and portrait photographers, but you could also get like a cheap 50mm would be a lot more budget friendly, like a 50mm f1.8, and that's going to be a lot better than an f4 or f4.5. I'm going to tell you the other thing that f-stop does, and then I'm going to give you guidelines of how to know what to set your f-stop to. So the lower your f-stop, the more light it's going to let into your camera, which is actually good. Like shutter speed sabotages us and ISO sabotages us, but we're actually best friends with our aperture. Like we love aperture because it actually brings more light in, versus you raise your shutter speed or raise your ISO and it might mess up the image in some way by making it too dark or too grainy or whatever. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, when you lower your f-stop, it's the best. It lets more light in and it gets us that blurry background. What you want to avoid is making it too low. So it's good to make it low because it's good to let in light, it's good to get in the blurry background, but we don't want to risk making it too low because like I said, there's really no bad part of aperture except that. So I'm going to give you guidelines now so that you can know how to set your aperture and like what your aperture f-stop should be at for different scenarios. So we're going to start with one person, and the range I'm going to give you is f1.2 to f2.8. The reason I give you that wide of a range is because you might not have a lens that can go down to 1.2, 1.8, 2.0, so I'm going to say 1.2 to 2.8 is like the perfect portrait range. You have to be careful, like I was saying, that like if you're on 1.2, it's not blurring parts of the photo, so you're going to need to like check while you're taking photos and like really understand how close you're getting to your subject and stuff like that. If you have a kit lens and your f-stop stops at a certain point, you're just going to get it as close to my recommendation as you can. So like if your f-stop only goes to 4.0 and I say put it at 2.0 or 2.8, you're just going to put it at 4.0. Just go as low as you can so you can get that blurry background and have it look like a good portrait. For 2 people, I want you to be somewhere between 1.8 to 4.0, but generally stay in that 1.8 to 2.8 range. I love just sitting at 2.0 on my 28 to 70. I just feel like when I was introduced to this lens, I was told that it was the creamy, dreamy lens, and that's totally how I would describe it. Like, sitting at 2.0 is perfect, just the way the lens photographs. It's just like a really nice portrait lens as far as zoom lenses go. So that's my recommendation for 2 people. For 1 to 2 people, I would really only go higher than that if I'm doing flash and I want to get more of like an editorial type of look. Then I might go on like f5.6 maybe. I probably wouldn't go lower than that for 2 people. Okay, for 3 to like 5 people, you're gonna be somewhere between f4 to f like 5.6, maybe 3 to 4 people like 5.6. And like I said, you're gonna need to go higher on your f-stop if you're doing a landscape photo, but if you're doing vertical, you could get away with like 4.0 or 3.5 even. So that's my range for 3 to 4 people. 5 to 8 people, you're gonna start getting up to like f8. f8 to f11 is the range for like a lot of people, and you'll have to kind of mess around with it more to see what you should be at and like at what point it stops blurring the edges of your photo or the people on the ends of the group. But like for family photos at weddings, I'm somewhere between f8 to f11. So you can imagine if you're taking a landscape shot where you want to get all of that photo in focus, you need to be on a really high f-stop. Okay, does that make sense? Yes, it makes sense. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, go finish my free photography education playlist on YouTube. It will help you a lot. And make sure you also subscribe so that you can see the more advanced videos that I'm coming out with soon. I'm gonna go binge the rest of that playlist right now. Thank you. You did amazing. Good job. Bye.